Trying again. Is it working? Hello. Let's see if it works. Can y'all hear me? There we go. Okay, I think we're working now. That took a lot of work, but we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining and putting up with that. Let me pull me chat up so I can see you guys. Video is unavailable. All right, that was annoying, but we're in. We are in YouTube. Live chat. All right, let me say hi to everybody here. Let's see what we got. Joshua, Matthew, Neo, The Weird One, Waymetal, Coco, Teague. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Cosmic Wonder. I got like 5 notifications. You got 3 notifications, Cosmic Wonder. And that was because it didn't, audio wasn't working the first time, and I don't know what wasn't working the second time. It just didn't go up. But you got 3 notifications, so you better be here. How's everybody going? Welcome to Culture Catch Up, the live edition. I'm not loud enough? I mean, I'm right in the mic, so you might just need to turn it up. Cosmic Wonder, I'm shouting you out. Okay, there we go. Sassy Pants, how you doing? Polka Dot, how you doing? Deadpool, welcome. So, this is Culture Catch Up. Previously, I was doing this as an episode where I was going to recap all of the crazy news that was happening in that week, because I know a lot of people don't catch every video, but there always is something awesome happening and going on. Well, thank you for never missing a video. That's what I was just talking about. But for the rest of you who have missed videos, there's a lot of stuff going on in the cinematic worlds of DC, Marvel, and usually others. Today we're just talking DC and Marvel. You can see the agenda. We have Flash, DC, Loki, Black Widow, and Spider-Man No Way Home. And, of course, guys, I want you guys to be interacting. The reason why I've decided to do this live is because from the live parties we've had with Loki and everything, it's been really fun being able to chat with you guys and include you guys, and not just me talking at you, but everybody chatting together. So let's get this rolling. I want to start with the Spider-Man No Way Home news, which the Cosmic Wonder actually did a video on today. So odds are you probably did see it and catch it. Spider-Man No Way Home trailer isn't coming next week. That's obvious. That's news that I think a lot of us have already heard and expected. That was a couple days old. But we did get the Green Goblin update, which was really, really awesome. I don't have any Loki 3 episode leaks, but we're going to talk a little bit about Loki here in just a minute. 72 watching, but only 34 likes. If you like, and what's not to like about the content. Thank you, Robert. That's true. So, Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's talk about that. Throw in some questions about Spider-Man No Way Home. I'll be moving the circle around what we're talking about. So, at the moment, we're talking Spider-Man No Way Home. Any questions you have? More a fan of Warren, but Chris is also awesome. Hey, I'm all right with that. I'll accept that. Spider-Man No Way Home, guys. Overall, super, super exciting news. Green Goblin not confirmed, but we definitely had Willem Dafoe talking about a role he didn't want to discuss. He was very blasé about the way they asked him any future projects coming up, and he's like, I'm going to wait for them to talk about it. So definitely an exciting opportunity for everybody to kind of get another idea. We've had a lot of plot leaks come from the Cosmic Wonder and from several others talking about how he's going to be the main villain in the next episode. I had a question here. It was any trailer update. So there is no trailer update other than don't expect it next week. And that's coming from Daniel RPK, who his trailer record is pretty good. And Warren talks about him all the time as well. And that's just because of how accurate his trailer updates usually are. All I'll say is he said not next week. There are some big trailers coming, so we can be excited for that and looking forward to those. I'm not sure what they are specifically, but the trailer news is there is no trailer coming this next week. So no, there isn't trailer news. I would expect to see it in July. If it doesn't come in July, I'll be pretty surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come out with Black Widow. So you got to keep that up in your mind. They have Sony working with Disney, working with Marvel. This isn't like a normal Disney movie or Marvel movie where Disney has all the control over it. They do have to play fair with Sony, so their regular patterns aren't necessarily going to work out for what we are expecting. Let's see. I can't wait any longer. Of course not. None of us can wait any longer. No Way Home trailer coming with Black Widow. I think personally that is a way they could do it if they decide to. So we're going to have to see. Warren says that Daniel told him what the trailers are and none of them are related to the MCU. So there you go. You know, nothing is going to be related to the MCU at all. And we're just going to have to wait to get excited about whatever those movies are, because there are other movies than just MCU movies. Maybe not a popular opinion, and I might get some hate for that. But there are a lot of awesome movies out there that we can also get excited for. And that's the purpose of this channel, is talk about all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and more, as you guys all know pretty well. So, Asim, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Madison, welcome. Damn, Marvel is really making me wait for a long time. They're making all of us wait for a long time. This trailer is definitely the most anticipated trailer, the most anticipated movie. It's on everybody's watch list. There's a lot going on there. So overall, we're just going to have to be patient so we can really enjoy it when it does come. I've heard and read a lot of comments on my YouTube channel, on Warren's YouTube channel, on Twitter, like, I'm sick of this, I don't want to wait anymore. Like, we as a community need to enjoy the release of this trailer, not just sit there and beg for it and get mad when it doesn't come out. Or if it comes out and it doesn't reveal what we want it to reveal, we have to be able to also wait and be more patient for those big reveals. You know, this is going to be the first trailer. It's possible it's just a teaser trailer. It might not be a full main trailer. It might be a minute long, not 2-3 minutes long, like a lot of full-blown trailers. And they might wait to actually give us the big reveals until a little bit closer, until the movie is actually coming out. A Matrix 4 trailer would be awesome. If that's the trailer it is, I would be super excited about that. Hey Chris, how you grow your hair out so long? I'm trying and it's taking forever to grow. This has been 4 years in the works, I think. I haven't cut my hair in 4 years. So that's how long it took me to doing it. Sorry for unsubscribing. Just wanted to see if anything would happen. You get a little Pikachu in the corner and he goes like this and says welcome. Jurassic Park has to have something coming up fairly soon. I agree with you on that, Robert. We should be getting some Jurassic Park update really, really soon here. I can't wait for Jurassic World. Jurassic World Dominion is going to be a super cool movie because it connects the two worlds, and it's going to... So the director talks about how it is the beginning of a new era, right? So originally you would think, oh, there's 3 Jurassic Parks, there's going to be 3 Jurassic Worlds, and that's how we're going to get, you know, it's going to end with that. But we know that there's going to be more because the director literally said, this is the beginning of a new era. Personally, I think that as far as Jurassic World is concerned, they're not going to actually get rid of all of the dinosaurs, and humans are going to have to learn to coexist with dinosaurs. So I'm super excited to that. So Jurassic World next week, Matrix 4 next week. Hopefully that all happens out for us, and we're going to have a pretty exciting week. Jurassic World for sure going to drop next week. So here you go. Everybody's already heard this news, and I am super pumped for Jurassic World. Matrix 4, super pumped for that as well. Those are some really, really exciting topics, and I can't wait to hear about that and to learn more about what exactly we should be expecting, because it's definitely a different premise, connecting this old characters to the new characters. Chris Pratt's been awesome. Everybody loves the old cast from Jurassic Park, and we know they're out there somewhere because the world does connect. They've referenced it several times. So now that the dinosaurs are on the mainland, obviously they're going to get involved. So let me move my little box. Let's see where my circle is. Red circle. Let's move him over to the next topic I wanted to discuss, which was The Flash. So let's trade gears here because The Flash has actually dropped a lot of awesome information right now. Warren could play Iron Man. Warren could play anybody Warren wanted to play, but I think Warren should play Wolverine. Warren's short. He's big. He could play Wolverine. He actually grows out a lit Wolverine beard as well. So let's switch gears here, guys. I want to talk a little bit about DC, a little bit about Flash. This is a very exciting moment for DC fans. And as a DC fan, and you guys, a lot of you out there are DC fans, or a lot of you aren't because of, the lack of huge movie success. There is a lot going on with the Flash movie. And I've talked about this extensively since DC Fandom, when they started talking multiverse. Jim Lee got on during the multiverse panel, which was conveniently right before the Flash panel, and talked about how important the multiverse is going to be for the DC universe. And he stopped saying DCEU. They started saying DC Universe. So we see the change, the new direction we're going with the Flash movie. They've announced, and Andy Muschietti has done a fantastic job connecting to the fans. I think to be in charge of a superhero movie, there are different ways to go about it. So you have, let's hide everything from them the best we can. Try to keep it in the lock safe. We know some stuff's going to get out because it just happens. You've got the Cosmic Wonder over there leaking everything left to right and telling everybody all the plots because he's figured it out. Or we can try to connect to the fan base because we know they're sitting there dying for more information. And that's the big question. And Andy Muschietti, who's the director of the Flash movie, has done a fantastic job connecting that to what is the big universe, what is the big world, showing us, hey, here's Flash, here's the logo, here's a little teaser trailer, here's Supergirl, here's a confirmation of the actress, I'm going to show you the script reading, and really bringing us along on the process, which I think is really, really cool. Overall, I like to be involved with the creation process. And I don't know exactly what surprises they're planning on giving us for the Flash movie, because this is a huge pivotal movie for DC. But Supergirl's coming. We have 2 different Batmans. Michael Keaton, an absolute legend of a Batman. And then you have Ben Affleck, who's currently the DCEU Batman. And he's returned just for this movie specifically. So many different options for awesomeness. We're hearing maybe a Wonder Woman, maybe 2 Wonder Women, Gal Gadot, and there's other options for Wonder Woman, whether it will be one we've already seen before or it's going to be a new character. Multiple Flash are going to be involved. So this movie on its own, the Flash movie on its own merits, sounds super exciting. It's a super fun team-up movie. We haven't gotten those in a long time. And overall, it's definitely going to give you a exciting ride, just as a movie on its own. And that's something DC hasn't necessarily failed at. Their standalone movies have been really good. You talk about Joker or Aquaman, Wonder Woman. A lot of these movies have fans excited for the movie. The way that the DC has failed over the years has been connecting them. So this movie is important, and that will switch us over to our DC chat, because DC is going to be a struggle to fix what is the connecting pieces, because DC hasn't really quite figured out how to connect all the pieces to their puzzle just yet, right? So we'll switch down to DC, because this is what I'm very, very excited about as a fan of DC. And that is the opportunity for the DC universe to open up and to build a cohesive universe. DC struggled with the DCEU, right? There's no argument there. I love DC. I love the characters. A lot of the characters, not all of them. But the DCEU was not a successful endeavor. The characters were rushed. Backstories weren't told. Individual movies were better than the connecting ways. And overall, it was a flop. But now they've decided to change directions. And that's what this Flash movie is, that huge hinge point for DC in opening these parallel universes. And Jim Lee explains it in DC Fandom, saying, guys, there is no limits. There are no limits. Anything that needs to happen can happen. Anybody can be any race, can be any gender, can be any kind of character. We're getting that Superdog film now with The Rock and a huge crazy cast with, oh my gosh, Jim from The Office, John Krasinski and Keanu Reeves, Kevin Hart. There's a huge list of characters in that, and that's really the direction they're heading, is this parallel universe. And Jim Lee explains that literally they exist right next to each other. And as they exist, they are possible. If you took a way to pierce them and connect them all, anybody can be with anybody. And that's the super awesome part. Hey, Max Conrad, thanks for stopping by, man. And have a good one. Take a good nap, and I'll see you real soon. I'm going to talk to a little bit of you guys. DC Comics are amazing stories, but DCEU hasn't gotten their storytelling right yet. And that's exactly accurate, Mr. Anderson. They haven't. So the DCEU is going to be one of these parallel universes, and it's going to just fit into this shelving. And overall, I expect for us to see characters interacting across the way. Characters interacting, and that's why they're bringing in Michael Keaton, because he is, Michael Keaton. It's super fun. It's super crazy. And hey Galaxy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And Bruce, Shazam was very good. So I'm trying to chat with you guys and talk about what I'm talking about, and I'm getting a little scrambled brain by it. But keep chatting with me, guys. I'm going to try to get to as many of those as I can. So the Flash movie connects and opens up these parallel universes, pushes the DCEU to the side, and makes it less of an important, hey, everybody, check out the DCEU. But DCEU is a chapter in these parallel universes. And I was talking with somebody in the comment section 2 days ago about it, or whenever I did my last Flash video. And he said, well, if we open up the parallel universes, Snyderverse is impossible. But I think it's possible that they could make Snyderverse one of those parallel universes, right? You can take the differences and say, well, this is a different universe. And the differences were very slight and very subtle, but there are differences. Teague says, I feel like if they had let Zack Snyder do the entire version, it would have been incredible. At least it would have made sense. It definitely would have made sense. And that's what I learned from the Snyder Cut, Teague. The Snyder Cut showed me that everything would have been very cohesive had they followed the original plan. And the biggest thing they lost wasn't the quality of Justice League when they went with Joss Whedon. The Justice League, although was better for Snyder Cut, wasn't the problem. The problem was the things that Joss Whedon changed lost all of the cohesion of the DCEU, of the Snyderverse, of the vision that Zack Snyder had. Dude, not perfect. Hi, I'm a friend of Gabe Vlogs, the one who won the giveaway. He just wanted to say hi. He's at church, though, right now. Well, tell Gabe I say what's up. Thank you for stopping in for him, dude. Not perfect. Nate the Great. I feel like DCEU would be better if they just introduced all the characters first, then Justice League. And that's exactly accurate, Nate. And a lot of people think, well, the DCEU was rushed to try to keep up with the hype from Marvel or to try to compete with Marvel. And honestly, Disney, Marvel, Sony, they have crushed it. It's impossible to compete with them right now because they are so ahead of it. They started before anybody was looking with Iron Man. Nobody knew where we were headed. And I was talking about that before with, when we were watching Iron Man, nobody was trying to find where Thanos was hiding. When we were watching Thor and Captain America, all these first movies, we were hoping it would connect somewhere down the line. But we had no idea what we were getting into. So the hype from that was so exciting. And then you have, here's a Superman movie, here's a Wonder Woman movie, and, okay, here's Justice League. We'll get to Aquaman and Flash later, and Cyborg later. And they never even got to Cyborg or Flash or, So a huge disconnection. And that is the craziest part about it. Alex, welcome back. Swift Killer. This chair was gifted to the Cosmic Wonders channel from Andacy, and we're giving one away on this channel, the Cosmic Culture channel. If you want to win a chair, all you need to do is subscribe to this channel, comment on some videos. We'll be picking a winner. And if you want a second entrance, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheCultureChris. You can also get involved with my Twitter to enter the giveaway. Let me go find a link for you real quick. Published videos. Here it is. Chris's socials. Twitter. Copy. All right, here we go. So you can enter for a second time, right? Oh no, that's not it. Don't go there. Chris, there you go. That's it right there. All right. All right, let's see what some of you guys are saying. No, the Spider-Man trailer is not supposed to come out today. I don't think we'll be seeing it until at least July. Gallo. Nate the Great Man said, Wonder Woman, Zack Snyder Cut, Aquaman, Man of Steel are the best out of the DCEU. Absolutely. I personally can't wait for the Batman. I think Robert Pattinson will make a great Batman. Madison, I 100% agree. I think you're 1,000% right about that. I don't think it's a bad project. People were a little weary about Robert Pattinson Sorry, guys. I'm still a little sick, so my voice is killing me. But I think Robert Pattinson's going to be awesome. Alfonso, what do you think, Chris? You think Robert Pattinson fits the role of Batman? Honest opinion. Yes. Have you guys seen Freak? What's the movie called? He just came out with it with Tenet. Have you guys seen Tenet? That entire movie, he's Bruce Wayne. Look at him on that movie. He is 100% Bruce Wayne. He's suave, he's mysterious, he's wearing really nice clothes, and overall you got to understand that he was Edward, forever ago, and that was a role, and he played that role, and he did that role pretty well. Was the movie weird and did it have weird dramatic pauses? Yeah, but it was a success. And since then, he has done some amazing things. He's worked with Robert Downey Jr. He's done Tenet, which I'm explaining is perfectly the way it needed to be. Like, his character was so perfect, and he was so Bruce Wayne. I can't wait to see him as Bruce Wayne. And then as Batman, honestly, you guys have seen that trailer. Like, I'm vengeance. And he goes off, and it's going to be intense. It's going to be intense. So I 100% can't wait to see that. I think it's going to be a nasty film. And I'm interested to see where they go in the future with it as well. Q-Wise, hey Chris, sorry I haven't been able to make the streams. You're all right, Q-Wise. Thank you for joining now. Zero problems. I'm super excited for the Batman too. I hope a lot of people can get away from Robert Pattinson, can't be Batman. There's all sorts of leaks and rumors. He's impossible to work with, but Warner Brothers just gave him a huge deal. Like, they wouldn't be doing this. This is the first ever time I watched you and I subbed. Dave is Extreme Gamer. Thank you so much for joining the community and being involved. It means the world to have you guys and to grow in this community. Matt says, Damsel, Tenet, Lighthouse, Lost City of Z are all reasons why Robert Pattinson is going to be a great Batman. And you're 100% right. Sony Pictures. So when is the trailer getting released? Let me know, Sony Pictures. We're sitting here trying to hang out together while we're waiting for your trailer. Imagine if that was actually Sony. It's probably not, but imagine. I feel like their P would be capital, and they probably have a check mark like Warren does. All right. So, DC, what is the upcoming Marvel movie I can't wait for, Swift? I'm not going to say Spider-Man, even though that's probably the truth. I'm super excited for Multiverse of Madness. And I'll give you the reason why. I love horror films, scary movies, suspense, thrillers, all of those. Huge fan. Halloween, Horror Nights, and Universal was just announced. I'm definitely going to be flying out there and going. I can't wait. The idea of Marvel making a spooky vibe movie has me so excited that I cannot wait to be involved in that. I know it's not going to be a real horror film. I know it's not going to be, a blood-filled, gushing movie. But the fact that they're opening up, you can get to Midnight Suns, and you got Blade and Ghost Rider, and all of these dark characters who are coming, I cannot wait for the darker tones of Marvel to be involved. Hey, Alexander Rosser, thank you. I am looking good. Look at this. Boom. So overall, that's the movie I'm most anticipating. And now I'm going to slide on down, and we can start talking about Marvel. Let me grab my little circle and bring him over Loki here, because that's what we're going to talk about. Because that's actually, the last question brought me right to that. What am I most anticipating? What am I most excited for? What can I not wait for? Multiverse of Madness is going to be coming exactly from what we see in Loki. Now, Loki might not directly connect. Maybe Loki ends. There's two ways Loki ends. Loki ends in big picture Marvel, right? You got to think every every show, every series, every movie, all of this in Marvel has big picture ideas, and this is the movie ideas. So there are two ways the big picture ideas for Loki ends. Number one, they save the timeline. Loki saves the day, or Owen Wilson saves the day, or they reveal who the timekeepers are, and everything's fine. They end all the Nexus events that were just started in the last episode, and here we are, cool. Number two, they don't do it, and the timeline's shattered. And that's how you get to Multiverse of Madness. That's how you get to Spider-Man No Way Home, and all of a sudden there are portals opening up, and characters from different universes are coming and saying hi to Peter Parker, and villains from other universes are coming and trying to kill Peter Parker, because now that Loki's messed with all these timelines, or female Loki's messed with all these timelines, everything's shattering and falling apart. That's how you get there. And then after that, you have Multiverse of Madness, which connects WandaVision, and all of this stuff is happening and going on, and I think it's going to be insane. Let's see, Dragon Red. I think that the No Way Home trailer is going to drop post-Loki, since Marvel is part of the No Way Home marketing with Sony. Expect it in mid of July. I agree, we'll be getting it about mid of July. But the Marvel kind of need to explain the WandaVision ending. What WandaVision was ended with her with the Darkhold, and she's going to end up exactly with Doctor Strange, and that's when they're going to explain the WandaVision. Yeah, it's like setting up the multiverse. At the end, everything will be changed. So I agree with Varus. I think everything at the end of Loki is going to be different. Spider-Man is going to be the beginning of all of that falling apart. You force your families. Sorry, guys, I get distracted by some of your comments. The Gashman, don't worry about having a check mark. We'll get you there. I forced my family to subscribe and watch your videos. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You don't have to force them, though. I want people to want to watch the videos, you know. But I think overall we're going to get an awesome, exciting storyline that comes from Loki. Loki is going to break Phase 4 in the MCU and demonstrate the future. Multiverse of Madness. Wanda gets involved. Loki causes it. Whether he gets involved in Multiverse of Madness or not, I honestly think there's a possibility Loki will be deleted at the end of the Loki series. Maybe not in its entirety, but maybe the mantle will get passed to female Loki, and Tom Hiddleston's Loki will come to an end. Now, I don't think 100% that's what's going to happen, but I could see them going that direction. Do I think that we will get a Kang reference in Loki before Ant-Man 3? I think we'll get a small reference. Warren thinks the Timekeepers are Kang. Like, all three of them are Kang. And I don't disagree with that. His logic's 100% there. His evidence is 100% there. I don't know if that's the direction they're going to go. But I do see a Kang reference somewhere within these next 4 episodes of Loki, 100%. Endgame trailer dropped in December, not January. So No Way Home will drop this month, not July. So last Tuesday is the month, hopefully. I hope we get it in July. If we don't get it in July, I'll be a little upset. All right, Alex Kimball. Timeline is so messed up. How will Strange do it? And that's the big question, Alex. And I think it's a possibility. That's a great question, Alex Kimball. So thank you for that. I think he might not. You know, if you talk about the first Loki episode, Loki's there, and he's talking about... He's watching that trailer about how the multiverse was in madness, and you see all the timelines all interweaving together, and it says... multiverse, danger, danger. And the time lady's like, oh, multiverse was in madness. They're definitely setting up a pre-Battle World scenario where all of these different multiverses were clashing. Somebody was ruler of it all. You know, in the comics, it's God Emperor Doom. They're leaning into this. You know, and I don't want to be the boy who cried Mephisto, but they're leaning into this Battle World scenario, you know, Secret War scenario. And I think there's a possibility, Alex, that Doctor Strange doesn't fix it. He tries, he gets really close, he brings order, he contains it, but he doesn't fix it. It remains broken, and that's how we trickle into Phase 5 with the possibility of getting into Secret Wars. And it's not going to be one movie. It might be a series of movies that are in this Battle World scenario. And we're going to have to wait for it, you know? Jacob Hall, is a No Way trailer coming today? No, Jacob, I wouldn't be expecting the trailer until July, personally. Cody, I do not know when it is coming out exactly, but I think it'll be coming out July. Strange doesn't have the time stone anymore, right? So I don't know. He'll try to fix the timeline. How he'll try to fix the timeline. You know, maybe Loki brings him a time stone. That's a possibility. We could get some of these Infinity Stones reintroduced into the timeline because they're there and they don't work in the TVA and they're relevant in the TVA. But they're still powerful in the timelines. So if you bring a stone from a different timeline, we know it still works in the main timeline. That's how Iron Man fixed everything. So maybe Loki or Owen Wilson or somebody brings all the stones back, and that's how we get them back. And Doctor Strange will get the time stone, you know. And that's the only way I could see him being capable of fixing it is with the time stone. Somebody actually I saw on Twitter, I don't recall who posted it to credit them, but posted a really cool idea of a theory. And do you guys remember the Quantum City in Ant-Man, where they were flying by and there was a quantum city in the background of the quantum realm? Somebody said, is this the TVA? Because if you look at it, it's super sophisticated skyscrapers, looks like a whole network of a city. So maybe the TVA is in the quantum realm. And that's just somebody threw an idea out, and I thought it was really cool. So, but I think that's 100% a possibility and a connection we could see. Yeah, but Loki could bring him a time stone. That's a possibility. There were, 6 of them up there in that office? Dragon Red. I am confused because in Loki, almost every character said that no one saw the timekeepers, but how can the video show how they look like and their statues? Well, maybe those are references, you know, this is what we think they look like. Or maybe they made the statues themselves, or maybe the person that saw them made the statues, or, you know, that's an easy one to try to bypass. So you say the stones only work in their own universe, but that can't be possible because Iron Man used all stones from a different universe. All the stones that Iron Man used to snap to give his big sacrifice at the end came from a different timeline. Came from a different universe where they went back, they grabbed the stones, and they left. You know? And obviously there's multiple of them because Loki goes to the TVA with the Tesseract. That gets confiscated. And then Captain America and Iron Man go back in time even further to get the Tesseract from a different time point. So there's another copy. So they're different timelines where these Tesseracts and these different Infinity Stones come from. They were brought back to the sacred timeline by the Avengers, which we learned in Loki they were meant to do. They were supposed to do it. And then he uses them. So they do work. Jacob Hall. How do you think Loki will end up? How do you think it sets up what happens in the next phase? Also, Guardians 3, the final Guardians film. James Gunn said about Guardians in the Galaxy that the next Guardians of the Galaxy is the final trilogy for what he had set up. He didn't say it was the last one. He said it was the final episode that I had for my story. After episode 3, I've told the story that I prepared, that I pitched to Marvel. Generally, they're doing these shows in trilogies, but, you know, Thor got 4 movies. Loki has a whole series now. So I think they're past the point of everybody gets a trilogy, Iron Man to 3, Captain America to 3. And they're going to just kind of start telling stories where it best suits. So maybe the Guardians of the Galaxy add new members. Maybe we lose some. Maybe some more die. So that's all kind of a question. But I don't think it'll be the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Mr. Anderson, were those stones from the same universe, just a different part of the timeline, or does going into a different time automatically mean you're in a different universe? So, Mr. Anderson, the way I understand it, and I know it gets a little confusing, but the way I'm going to explain it the most simply I can is they were from a different timeline. And if you think about the Ancient One, she throws her line out. Everywhere you go and change things, it causes a different branch. And those are the branches that the TVA are closing and shutting down. So every time somebody goes back in time, manipulates time in any way, it causes a new universe to be formed, which is where pre-TVA, the multiverse of madness that they were dealing with, was created from people manipulating time, changing time, going back in time, causing issues. And then the multiverse kind of just spiraled into this battle world scenario that we saw. The TVA said, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to have one sacred timeline. And anytime somebody tries to manipulate the time that's not supposed to, we're going to go and shut that down, drop these charges, reset it, and put it back even with the regular timeline. And the best evidence for that I have, Mr. Anderson, is Loki leaves with the Tesseract. He stays in the same timeline. He doesn't time travel to a different period. He ends up in the Moby Desert, right? That's where he disappears to so he can escape. He's in the same sacred timeline, but he gets approached by the TVA. They take that Tesseract, put it in a drawer somewhere, but the Tesseract still exists in the regular timeline. So that is a variant. Loki becomes a variant when he leaves his line. So the variant idea is all perspective. The fact that there could be more than one happens because every time somebody time travels, a new path is created. And when they take that Tesseract, it gets put in a drawer, but there's still Tesseracts out there. There's still multiple Tesseracts out there based off of how the TVA perceives time jumping and time manipulation. So, yes, every time somebody teleports or time jumps, it creates a new strand. All right. Do I think that woman Loki is going to be the original villain? The big villain, Bernardo, I don't think she'll be the big villain. I think we're going to get introduced to something. Maybe one of the timekeepers or the timekeepers are the big villain. I don't think Lady Loki is going to end up being the bad guy. That's my thoughts on that. So the only reason there is a multiverse is due to multiple timelines branching out. So yeah, the multiverse is created when multiple variants from time travel connect and see each other. Right? So when all these characters come and see each other, the multiverse is the inclusion of multiple characters in different forms in different ways where parallel universes have been manipulated and changed. You know, so if there exists a universe where Pepper Potts becomes Iron Man and she meets Tony Stark's Iron Man from the sacred timeline, she's going to become that variant of Iron Man in what we have as the sacred timeline. But if there was no sacred timeline, the TVA gets dissolved at the end of Loki, let's say. There's no sacred timeline. There's nothing to protect. It's just all multiverses. Nobody has precedence over anybody. So who's to say Pepper isn't the real Iron Man? The only reason that Iron Man, Tony Stark's Iron Man from the Avengers, is the real Iron Man is because the TVA has created a sacred timeline. The variant idea is definitely the best proof for that, for sure. Great response. Thank you. Of course, Mr. Anderson. That's the point of these chats, and I'm super excited for that. Wait, what you're saying don't make sense, because if they had to go more back in time, wouldn't that still not work when the Avengers got it to that's where it don't add up? So they actually explain this in Avengers Endgame, Kai the Nerd. Time travel isn't like Back to the Future, where if you go back in time and you mess with stuff, it's going to disappear stuff from the future. They explain that specifically, like, what do you know about time travel? And he's like, oh, I've seen Back to the Future. And they're like, well, you know nothing, right? Time travel isn't linear. It's perpendicular. It's parallel. When you go back in time, it messes up a line. And the TVA, as they're explaining to us in the Loki series, is in charge of connecting that line, of keeping that line clean, of making it linear. But just because I go back in time and I take something doesn't mean it won't exist now, because that time's already happened. And time doesn't work in a way that if I go back in time and take something, it doesn't exist in the future. It just gets doubled. It gets created into a multiverse. It gets bypassed from that timeline. But Marvel is getting confusing with the timelines 100%, 100%. What characters would you like to see get a prequel film like Black Widow has? Bucky. I would love to see a Bucky prequel. Maybe we could see him during his friendship with Captain America up until he was taken by Hydra. That would be super, super cool. Yeah, Back to the Future time travel is a lot more easy to understand, Jordan. You're 100% right. But Marvel is doing a lot of different stuff. So, craziness. What is this? What is this stream about? This stream is Culture Catch Up. Every Saturday I'm planning on going live for a little bit, talking about all the news from the week with you guys in a live way. So you guys can ask questions or give me ideas, and I'll try my best to answer them for what I know. And all of that stuff as well. Alex, guess your age. I'm going to say you are 21. That's what I'm going to say. Kai the Nerd, Spider-Man prequel, question mark. I don't need a prequel for Spider-Man. We know his story. I know his story super well. He's one of my favorite characters in the comics. So overall, I think it's going to be okay. I think we've gotten enough Spider-Man stories, and we have enough coming. You know, we have the whole Spider-Verse thing coming. Is Supergirl going to be in Man of Steel 2? Well, Man of Steel 2 isn't happening, to my understanding. 12. Alex, you're 12. I said 12, just backwards. How excited are you for Hawkeye? I am so excited because I love Clint. I'm sad to see him retire, but I also can't wait to see Kate. I'm very excited for Hawkeye. Do you think the TVA could possibly be bad? who could be working for Kang. No, the trailer's not coming right now. This is a waiting. We're just sitting here talking about Spider-Man, about Flash, about Black Widow, Loki, DC as a whole. Spider-Man's not coming until July, I don't think. Do I think the TVA could be bad? I think the TV, and here's the issue, and Loki talks about it, there is no bad or good, right? And Voldemort talks about it. There is no good or evil, there's only power. And TVA has power. So to anybody who doesn't want to be told what to do, who doesn't want the TVA, the timekeepers, to be telling them what their life is supposed to be, yeah, the TVA is bad. Loki sees them as bad. So I don't know. They're powerful, and somebody's going to want to dismantle that power. What do you think Ms. Marvel will bring to the table? I don't know, but we're going to find out in Doctor Strange. Ms. Marvel's in Doctor Strange, so she has these quantum abilities as well, and I'm interested to see how she's going to work out. You and Cosmic Wonder are where I get my Marvel news. Well, Alex, we work really hard to get Marvel news, so I'm appreciative that you're involved in joining with us. I think Armor Wars is going to be awesome. I think we're going to get a lot of explanation. I think somebody's going to try to step up and be Iron Man. And I think Rhodey is going to be like, no, this isn't your tech. Somebody has an old Iron Man suit, and they think they're going to be Iron Man, and Rhodey's going to be like, no. Maybe it'll be something like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but where we're trying to get a new Iron Man, and we're going to get a new Iron Man by the end. Maybe Rhodey will be the new Iron Man. I don't know. But it's going to be super fun, and it's going to make us miss Iron Man that much more. I did watch Black Widow. I am also on Disney Press, so they also sent it to me. All right, X-Men Mutants MCU news, fans casting for X-Men MCU. I'm super excited for the X-Men. I grew up watching the X-Men. It was actually probably my first introduction to Marvel movies, was the first X-Men movie by Fox, and I loved it. Logan was insane. A lot of the Wolverine movies were awesome. A lot of the later X-Men movies kind of lost me, but that's mostly because the MCU came out and overshadowed it. We can do fan casting next week, Nick the Great. I think that'd be a good topic to do next week. So I'll add that into next week's Cosmic Culture Catch-Up, and we can do a little fan casting. So everybody think about what you want your X-Men to be, and we'll talk about that next week. How's that sound? Who do you think the TVA spy is? Hashtag the Cosmic Culture is the best. Thank you so much. What do you mean the TVA spy? Mid-July. I think the Spider-Man trailer will release mid-July. Do you think the Arrowverse will connect to DCEU in the Flash movie? Also, do you think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel, Netflix will connect to the Marvel multiverse? So that's a good question. I don't think anything else is being connected to the DCEU. I think the DCEU is done. I think they're going to continue telling stories from the storyline, like Black Adam and Shazam, but those aren't necessarily in the DCEU. They've never been confirmed to be in the DCEU. I'm sure they were intended to be in the DCEU, but maybe they could leave. So I don't think anybody's connecting anything to the DCEU. Could it exist in the multiverse? Yes, everything DC has ever created will exist in the DC universe. And I don't know, the Marvel Netflix shows, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they could connect it. I just don't think they're going to. If Kang is in the MCU and the TVA should Aldrat kill him? For two reasons. Kang plays with time, and sometime he carries himself. So here's the deal, though. What if Kang is the timekeeper? I would love Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man. Maybe Multiverse could bring him back for Armor Wars. We'll have to see. I don't think he'll be coming back. How was Black Widow? I am so ready to see it. We're going to be talking about that in just a second. Actually, let's move on over to that. And we can talk a little bit about Black Widow. Not much. Oops, wrong one. I want the red circle, please. Red circle. Guys, my voice. I've been so sick. I'm just dying. My voice. I'm sorry I sound so terrible. All right, Black Widow time. Let's close this little bad boy stream out with some Black Widow talk. So yes, you guys are accurate. I did not get a Loki mystery box. I'm not big enough for that. I only have 30,000 subscribers. Warren has a lot more than me, guys. But who knows? Maybe in the future I'll get some mystery boxes as well. So let's talk a little about Black Widow, guys. Black Widow, you should be excited for starters. It's exciting. It's got a cool Captain America feel to it with the fighting sequences and a lot of classic Marvel feel to it that might be a little bit lost in the future here with all the mythic arts that are being involved and included. Overall, I super, super loved it. And I'm excited to see what Marvel does in the future. Warren did a video, and during the press conference, Kevin Feige talked about the possibility of future prequels. And I would love to see, like I said, a Winter Soldier prequel telling us a little bit about Bucky, or what was Falcon doing before he was in the Air Force. All this kind of stuff is super cool. The title isn't clickbait. It's not MCU Phase 4 Future Discussion. That's just what we've been doing. We've talked about The Flash. We've talked about DC. We've talked about Spider-Man No Way Home. I didn't say this trailer was coming out. The deal with the wait is it wasn't Black Widow's fault, bruh. It wasn't Marvel's fault. They had to do it because of COVID. Overall, it is it's annoying that we had to wait for it, but there are some cool big story reveals that you're going to see, and it's 100% worth it. Like, it's fun. It's a great movie. They did a great job. It's exciting, and it gets you thinking about what you'd like to see from that movie in the future. So definitely worth the wait, I suppose, yeah. Taskmaster prequel, or do they tell us his origins in the movie? I think a Taskmaster prequel would be cool. The character was super fun to watch, and he was very, very capable of being an awesome adversary. How many Funko Pops do I have? I have one. Do you want to see it? It's my favorite Funko Pop of all time. This is the only Funko Pop I have. It's the Spider-Man versus Spider-Man Funko Pop. It's legendary, and it's super epic. I thought the trailer was coming out today or something, but I came just to a discussion video. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't say the trailer was coming out today in the title. I apologize if you felt lied to, but we're having a good discussion video too, Have I watched Loki 3 and 4? No, they didn't send out Loki 3 and 4. So I will be watching the next episode for the first time with you guys. Of course it was emotional, Madison. Of course it was emotional. And Warren talked about this in his video. This character's going to die. And that's what's kind of crazy about the prequel idea. Is, it's going to die. So it's super sad the whole time to watch her and to see her interact with other widows and with her family and all this, knowing how it ends. So yeah, 100% it's emotional. Spider-Man meme, Nate the Great. Yeah, 100%. If we don't get it, if there is a multiverse movie and this doesn't happen, if the Spider-Man No Way Home movie is a Spider-Verse movie and this doesn't happen, they've failed us. They have failed us. Live action Spider-Man meme. 100%. 100%. Boo. Why are you booing? What you booing about? Pepto Slurpee, thank you guys so much for joining. Or for subscribing, Pepto Slurpee. I appreciate it. After Black Widow, maybe we will get a Red Guardian movie. So a Red Guardian prequel movie would be awesome. And you'll think about that when you see the movie. He's an awesome character. He's hilarious, but he's serious. You can see there's pain behind his eyes. There's a story that you don't get that I would love to see. Do I think Loki is better than WandaVision? I loved WandaVision. I loved the tone of WandaVision. I loved the suspense of WandaVision. Loki isn't done yet. I like that the Loki's giving us big picture answers. I love the big picture answers. Everybody loves the big picture answers, and Loki's giving us what we want. So it's hard to say. Maybe by the end of by Loki, I'll be able to tell you, but Loki's super exciting, and I think majority of people will probably prefer Loki. Have I watched iCarly? I know this isn't DC or Marvel, but just wondering. If so, thoughts. Also, is Sam and Cat canon? I haven't seen any of the new iCarlys. I watched a lot of the iCarly when I was younger, but I haven't seen any of the new ones, no. I am not Warren's biological brother. Warren and I have been best friends for 3.5, 4 years. We've lived together that whole time. We both quit our jobs to become YouTubers together. I've worked with him since the very beginning. We've been through a lot together, and he's pretty much my brother, but we're not biological brothers, no. Do I think Loki's... LOL, all 3 Spider-Men pointing at the camera. 100%. And I want the background to be the same too, Kai the Nerd. I'm not going to comment on Red Guardian, if he stays alive or not. I feel like that's a spoiler, so I'm not going to comment on that. Can you describe the post-credit in one word? Lit. It's awesome. I already know I'm going to cry at the end of this movie. Is sad or not? I was just asking because I'm curious if they'll try to give this movie a bit of a happy ending. They give some cool emotional parts, both happy and sad. There you go, Madison. I'm very excited to see Black Widow soon in theaters or on Disney Plus, but in all honesty, I just want to own it on Blu-ray at this point. It's been delayed way too long. I agree, Sean. It's sad that we had to wait so long. It's super annoying. But, again, it wasn't their fault. COVID kind of messed everything up, and they want it to be released in theaters, and they waited, and now theaters are an option. And for the people who wanted to see it in theaters, that'll be cool. I haven't been to the Avengers campus. Warren and I actually talked to a contact over there to see if they could get us in, and we haven't been able to go yet. I might have to just go myself because it does look super, super cool. Is it coming soon, the trailer? Not till July, I don't think. No, I don't think the Kang is a timekeeper. The TVA should kill him already. So yeah, I don't know if they could kill Kang. He's pretty powerful. To just kill him would be pretty difficult. They're having a hard time catching a Loki variant. Kang's a big bad boy. I think No Way Home will be an emotional thing with Ned. I've heard about that plot leak as well, and it would be if that's what happens. What is your most anticipated Marvel show? I'm strangely excited for She-Hulk, but also Hawkeye. So mine was Loki. I was most excited for Loki, and it's insanely awesome. I'm excited for Moon Knight because I want to get into that darker side of Marvel. I want to get to Midnight Suns. I want to get to some of these dark toned characters. The Halloween characters of Marvel. That's what I want to see, and Moon Knight is a good stepping stone to that. So I'm going to say Moon Knight. Whew. I'm running out of breath, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Marvel is setting up Secret War as the next Endgame? I think Marvel is setting up Secret War as a next phase. I don't know if it'll necessarily be the big event, because you can't do Secret War in a movie. It's a series, And Avengers Endgame and Infinity War weren't even one movie. It was a huge series. It was drawn out. So I think we might get several movies that take place inside a Secret War or a Battle World ideology. And so yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. The great thing about Marvel movies on Disney Plus is that at the end you can skip directly to the post credit. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can. That is 100% true. What about Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage? I don't have any news on Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. We got the main trailer, and we'll probably start getting TV spots or a second trailer here soon. But really no news till it comes out. We kind of got everything we need. Ben, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Did they start making the new Kenobi series? Yeah, they're well into it. Actually, we got some leaked photos of Obi-Wan in his outfit, wearing his normal tunic and his boots, and that was super cool to see. His story's going to be hard to tackle, but it'll be interesting. It'll be a lot of fun. I bet Ned will die in No Way Home. Then they can do Spider-Man No More storyline. That'd be great. And 100% that the Sinister Six are the villains for the film. I think so. Do you think they will ever make an Atlantis Attacks movie or TV show? They're making all sorts of TV shows. So 100% possible. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard even rumors about it. But, no, I haven't heard anything about it. This may sound silly, but do you or Warren have any Marvel or DC Lego sets? So I'm actually kind of a Lego nerd. No joke. I don't actually have any here. We just moved into a new house. All my stuff's not here. But I loved collecting Lego characters. Not Lego sets. Lego figurines. I got Iron Man, Captain America, all sorts of different ones. But I don't have any sets. Cosmic Culture or Cosmic Wonder? I'm Cosmic Culture. Ned is Spider-Man's friend. She-Hulk has always been MCU fave. I am so ready. That's awesome, Bruce. That show is starting to sound better and better every time it passes. So I'm super excited for that as well. Is the trailer coming out today? The trailer is not coming out today. The trailer is coming out in July. I love Legos too. Me too. The Lego Marvel game. Oh my gosh, I played the crap out of that. It came out way back when. I played it on the Wii, I think. Warren is behind me. No, he's not. Although Warren's office is right here and Alley Cat's office is right there. Is Warren my friend? Warren's my best friend, yes. Bro, I don't want Ned to die. When is the trailer being released? I don't know. If I knew when the trailer was being released, and I was the only one that knew when the trailer was being released, I would have a lot more subscribers, I think. Yes, for sure. Nate the Great. Have I watched The Boys on Amazon Prime? It is so good. I actually really, really like The Boys. I don't talk about it much on the channel because I feel like it's a small group of people that talk about it. But The Boys is freaking awesome. I love that dark tones. I love, realistic business superheroes. It's super, super cool. Sheesh. I actually haven't seen anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I know it's been out for a bit. I'm not a huge gamer. I play some games, but I'm not a huge gamer, so I don't know, I'm afraid. There you go, Teague. Nice. I don't think DC and Marvel will ever do a crossover. I did not see Invincible. No, I'm afraid not. Alola. Can you be my best friend? You can't be my best friend. Warren's my best friend. He'll get mad at me if I leave him. He'll be sad. Croissant, what's going on? How you doing? All right, guys. We're coming into the end of our episode. If you got any questions about anything we've talked about today, throw them out real quick. I'll try to answer them for you, and we'll have a good time. But let me know your thoughts. I don't have any news on Morbius. It keeps getting delayed. Who do I think will die in Guardians of the Galaxy, Drax or Rocket? I hope Rocket doesn't die. I know Groot won't die. They're talking about doing Planet X for Groot, so that'd be pretty cool. So you think Marvel will go to all DC inside Infinite Frontier? I don't know. This is weird, but I worked on Nopi Way Home as extra, and I know what's happening. Not spoiling, but a hint is that the ending is emotional. I believe it. I think we're going to see some people die. Maybe even a Spider-Man die. Do you watch Titans and Doom Patrol? I don't watch many of the DC TV series. No, I don't. I did watch the Harley Quinn one, the cartoon. That was pretty good. Any news on Avatar live action show? They finished the third movie. The second one is not even out yet, but they finished the third movie. Will Warren and I do more lives together? That all depends. We like to do our live show, our discussion afterwards. We used to do his show, but we got busy with the move and everything. It's been a really busy month for us. We're actually exhausted, guys. We work really, really hard to get all this stuff out for you guys. So it's been hard to keep up with a lot of stuff. We're burnt out. We've been working super hard with Loki and with these interviews and moving and all sorts of stuff going on. So we're trying really hard to keep things coming, and we're super excited. So recently somebody came out and said, Ammon, that the Morbius universe, that is also the same as the Venom universe, is a alternate reality to the Sam Raimi universe. How do I think they'll connect Mobius with the MCU? I don't know that they will. We're still not really sure if those are going to end up connecting. A lot of people thinking they will, but I'm not sure yet. Remember the movies to watch during quarantine videos? Those were the best. I loved making those. Those were a lot of fun. And that's the kind of stuff that when we get busy, we're not able to do as much. But I wish that we could do more stuff like that. It's just very time consuming comparatively to the other stuff. And, the news updates and the videos like that is genuinely or generally what does better on the channel. So we try to stick to the stuff that does better so we can continue to grow. Because this is our full-time job, so we got to make sure we're making money to survive. Gabe, what's up? Just came back from church. I'm just about to finish here, Gabe, but thank you for joining and coming in and saying, hey, man. Overall, guys, I had a really fun time doing Culture Catch Up Live. Like I said, it was a segment I started working on, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I would do live face to camera action, and it would be awesome. But overall, it's fun to do it live action, to chat with you guys. Time to be depressed because Chris is about to leave. I am about to leave, and I'm super sorry. My voice is about gone, and I'm actually about to go get my COVID shot. So, gotta go do that too. Alrighty, let's see. What else is going on? Let me drop you guys a couple links so you can follow me on some socials if you guys would like to. This is going to be... copy. Let's see. This is just for anybody who's interested. That's my Instagram. Let's see what else I got here. This is a Twitter link. Anybody who wants to can follow any of these. Let's see. I got Discord here if anybody wants to join Discord. Paste. That's Discord. I got TikTok. I haven't actually done as much on recently, but I'm hoping to start doing more on TikTok soon. Paste. There's TikTok. What else am I missing? Oh, my YouTube channel. I'm actually going to start doing YouTube videos on this channel real soon, guys. I'm going to start doing tutorials on this channel. Right now it's gaming and stuff that I was doing, personal, private, fun stuff. But I'm going to start using that channel, Make Wave CMR, to make how to make YouTube content or TikTok content, how to make a channel monetized, different tutorials on how to become affluent in these areas. Because I know a lot of people want to know what type of cameras are better, what type of mics are better, how do you set up Streamlabs? I'm going to do all that. Yes, this is going to be a live stream weekly on Saturdays. I'm going to be doing Culture Catch Up. We can just hang out and chat, guys, and it was super fun. I had a great time. And thank you guys for all joining. I'm going to answer one last question, which came from Dank Croissant. Last question, how do you think Loki series will end? One of two ways. They fix the timeline, and now we understand how multiverse works. Or two, they don't, and that's how we lead into No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. The timeline is broken. Doctor Strange has to see if he can fix it. I think it's possible we might lose Tom Hiddleston as Loki, and female Loki might evolve into the full-time Loki. But that's not guaranteed by any means. So I hope you guys had a good time. The live stream will stay up 100%. I'm not going to delete it. It's an hour long, in 2 minutes. And I will be making TikToks about movie stuff, guys. So 100%, if you're interested in that, follow that TikTok. So, guys, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next upload on Monday, right here on Cosmic Culture.